I often talk to either investors or wholesalers or realtors who have a customer who has a property, but there's a title problem. Grandma had the property, didn't deed it properly, and now we have to fix the title. And I call that, this title problem solved by probate. So I know you do probate filings and the initiation and opening of probates as well as getting them closed. Talk a little bit about that business. And I think you really had the key point, which is that a good attorney doesn't spend a lot of time on the probates. They have a great paralegal, they oversee the process. Talk a little bit about your probate business and how you create value for customers.
Yeah, so probate is simply the process by which a person's final affairs are settled when they die. So if somebody dies without having done proper estate planning, and the reality is most people don't. Most people, I would say 65% of Americans in general, do not have an estate plan. So when people die and they have assets in their name, property in their name, before it goes to where it's supposed to go, right, to their heirs or their children, their family, it's got to go in California, it's got to go through a court process. And that process is called probate. The purpose of probate is actually good. I mean, the purpose of it is to settle a person's final affairs. Somebody passes away, they've got property, bank accounts, investments, other assets in their name, and those assets have to get somewhere. They have to get to the right place. But before that happens, their final debts, taxes, and expenses have to be paid. And so probate is the process by which that is done. An executor or administrator is chosen to have control over all the assets, collect the accounts, collect the stocks, marshal the property, sell things, again, pay off debts and taxes, and then distribute whatever's left to the people who are entitled to it. So those are actually good things. It's a good purpose. The problem with probate is that probate is the most time-consuming and inefficient way to do it. There's a better way to do it, if you can. But for those people who have to go through probate, the idea is that basically you have a court who appoints an administrator. That person has the duty and responsibility to settle the affairs and get the probate distributed. It takes about anywhere from 12 to 18 months to do a probate, assuming there's no litigation or no other issues going on. And so the timing of that, it's time consuming, and it's also expensive because the fees are based on the size of the estate. So the larger the estate, the higher the fees. There's a percentage calculation that's done. And so, an average of $1 million probate, for example, the attorney's fee is $13,000. I'm sorry, $23,000. So for a $1 million probate, which nowadays, if you have a house in California, you're going through, it's going to be $23,000 for the attorney, $23,000 for the administrator, and maybe $4,000 or $5,000 in court costs, filing fees, publication fees, court appraisal fees. So it all adds up. And before you know it, to go through probate in California, your family's paying over $50,000. So that's what we're trying to avoid.